Hello everyone, this is part 3 of What If Naruto Didn't Spend His Birthday Alone, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. Be sure to like and subscribe, it gives me more motivation. Enjoy. Naruto and Hinata had been living together for almost a week now. They were extremely happy. Hinata's birthday was also coming up, she was almost 18 years old, soon she would be a legal adult. They both hadn't heard anything from Hinata's father, and they were perfectly fine with it. Hinata was cooking lunch for the two of them when Naruto came from behind her and wrapped his arms around her waist. "Smells really good," he said. Hinata blushed, she still wasn't used to him doing that. "Thanks, it's almost ready, so if you can get some plates," she said. "No problem," he said as he got out plates, chopsticks, and glasses. He took out the chopsticks that Hinata had given him on his 18th birthday. "Hey Hinata, your birthday is in about a month, right?" "Yeah, it's in exactly a month," she said, turning and placing the lunch on the plates. I wonder what I should get you," Naruto asked. Hinata placed the pan down. No, you don't have to," Hinata said. "Just being with Naruto-kun is enough." She blushed a bit after that. Hee, you're so cute when you blush, Hinata, but I will not take being with me as an expectable present." He kissed her on the cheek and they both sat down and ate, Hinata blushing the whole time. After eating, Naruto and Hinata decided to go out for some training. As they gathered their equipment and headed for the door, Hinata had the handle in her hand when they heard a knock. Hinata jumped, and Naruto laughed. He opened the door and found Hinata's father standing there. "What do you want?" Naruto said in an emotionless tone. "I have come to speak with my daughter," he replied. "What do you want, father?" Hinata asked. She too had an emotionless tone in her voice. "I need to talk to you, alone." He glared at Naruto, who was glaring at him as well. "Every time you talk to her, afterwards shush is miserable." "It's okay Naruto-kun, just wait inside for a bit, please." Hinata stepped in front of him and gave him a caring smile. Naruto scowled at her father and went back into his house. He waited as the minutes went by. He paced around his house. He felt impatient, he really wanted to know what was going on. Suddenly he heard Hinata yell. She never yelled. "No," she said. "You don't have a choice. Technically you are still under my control." "Never. I don't care what you say, I will never." "It's too late, the plans have already been made." Naruto burst out into the hallway. "What's going on?" he yelled. He saw Hinata was facing her father, her face was red and her eyes were tearing, she looked very frustrated and angry. Her father on the other hand looked irritated, but he was managing to keep most of his emotions online. "This doesn't have anything to do with you, go back inside," Hinata's father said with venom in his voice. Naruto turned to him after staring at Hinata for a while. He had never seen her like this before. "What do you mean it has nothing to do with me? If it concerns Hinata then it involves me," he retorted. Hinata dried her tearing eyes and took a couple of deep breaths to help her calm down. Then she walked over to Naruto. "I will never agree to this, father," she said. Her eyes were cold and she had a fierce look on her face. She looked at Naruto, who looked worried, a little angry, and very confused. Hinata laughed a little. "Don't worry, I'll explain it to you later." Naruto looked down at her and smiled. Her father scowled. "If you will not listen to me then we will discuss this with the Hokage." "Fine," Hinata said. She turned around and pulled Naruto back into the house, and slammed the door behind her. Hinata leaned against the shut door and slowly slid down to the floor. Naruto, who was standing next to her looking utterly confused, squatted down next to her. She smiled sweetly, she looked at him. "Hinata," he began, but then he saw her eyes slowly fill with tears. She tried to wipe them away but they kept coming. Naruto sat down next to her and pulled her into his arms. "Tell me what happened." He said, "I have to." She wiped more tears away and clutched Naruto's coat. "It's okay Hinata." He couldn't think of anything that would make her act like this, and look the way she did outside. He said, "I have to get married." And not to someone I want, to this complete stranger who I've never met before. She began to cry into his shoulder then. Naruto sat there speechless. He said that since I'm not technically an adult that I still have to abide by his rules. That's absurd, Naruto said. You're almost 18, in a month you'll turn 18, that's close enough isn't it? Hinata lifted her head and wiped the remaining tears. Apparently not. He said the wedding will be held the day before my birthday. She gave a weak smile. I'm not going to let it happen. I will never marry someone I don't love, let alone someone I don't know. I just hope that the Hokage will help me. Naruto looked at her and brushed his hand against her cheek. I won't let them marry you off against your will, he said. He leaned over and kissed her on the forehead. Thank you, Naruto-kun, Hinata said smiling. She kissed him on the cheek and saw him blush. She giggled. Well, now that you're not sad anymore, do you still want to go train? Sure, she said. Maybe some training would help her get this off her mind for a while, at least until they went to see the Hokage. All right then, Naruto said, picking Hinata up princess style as he got up. She giggled and blushed. Naruto kissed her on the forehead again before he set her down. Then they left for the training grounds, hand in hand. Hee. I almost put the end at the end of that sentence, that would have been a bad ending, all cliffy and whatnot. Naruto and Hinata both got up early and headed towards the Hokage's office. As they whirled, Naruto could see Hinata tensing. He took her hand and whispered in her ear. Don't worry, I won't let anything happen to you. Hinata jumped a little in surprise, but nodded and he could see her begin to relax. They reached the Hokage's office, and saw that Hinata's father was already present. Naruto, Hinata, please sit down, Tsunade said. They both nodded and sat in the chair in front of her desk. Hinata, your father has explained the situation to me, Tsunade said with her hands folded in front of her mouth. Hinata got a worried look on her face. Naruto saw this and grabbed her hand and gave it a squeeze. She squeezed it back and looked a little calmer. I would like to hear some parts that your father probably left out. Since you all aren't getting along with one another, I'm going to ask you, Hiashi, to leave. I want to speak to these two without any conflict. Very well, Hokage-sama. Hiashi left the room quietly. Okay, now, I can tell that you two are together, Tsunade said. Naruto and Hinata both blushed. And according to your father Hinata, he banned you from seeing him, am I correct? Yes, Tsunade-sama. He did not tell me why, but I have my ideas. Did he tell you? Yes, he said that Naruto-kun was a monster. He was judging Naruto the same way everyone in the village was, Hinata said. I see, and Hinata, you're okay with the fact that Naruto has the QB in him? Of course, it's not like it changes who he is, Hinata said, squeezing Naruto's hand. Tsunade smiled. Your father also told me that he kicked you out of the house because you were disobedient. Where have you been the whole time? Oh, Hinata blushed. She's been staying at my house, Naruto said calmly. Hinata blushed more. I see, Tsunade said. She looked over at Naruto. You haven't violated her, have you? Hinata and Naruto both blushed like mad. No, they both yelled. Tsunade laughed. I know you guys are responsible. She continued to laugh. Well, that cleared up all my questions. Hiashi, you may come back in, she called. Hinata's father came back in. Well, now that I know everything, I have to say, Hiashi, you're being a bastard. Hiashi looked shocked. He was about to yell back, but Tsunade stopped him. That's just my opinion, and all I can do is ask you to look at what you're doing to your daughter. Shush is in love and you're crushing it. You can hate Naruto all you want, but I would like you to think about your daughter's feelings. I will not withdraw the wedding, he said. Tsunade called him a bad name under her breath and then sighed. I'm afraid I can't do anything more than make you reconsider. This wedding is under all the rules, and since you are still underage, Hinata, you don't have any choice in the matter. I'm very sorry, especially when I see that you and Naruto truly love each other. Hinata squeezed Naruto's hand hard. He was shocked and he could tell Hinata was trying not to cry. Thank you, Hokage-sama, Hiashi said. He had a cruel smile on his face. Don't act all nice, you prick, she said. Sorry if you are offended by the naughty language. His face turned into a scowl. Come on, Hinata, now that this matter is settled, you can come home. We will discuss your punishment for defying me and the Hyuga family. Hinata lowered her head, and Naruto saw a single tear fall. No, I won't return to that house, or to you. She said, her voice shaking with anger. You don't have a choice, now come with me. No, she doesn't have to go with you. Tsunade said, if she has to go through with the wedding then she is allowed to spend the rest of her free days with Naruto. That is my order. Tsunade was glaring at Hinata's father. Naruto and Hinata could see the hatred in her eyes. TSK, very well, Hinata shall return the day before the wedding. And with that he left. That bastard, Naruto yelled. I'm surprised you didn't start yelling at him already. Tsunade said. The only reason I didn't go kick his ass is because of Hinata. He said. Tsunade sighed. I'm very sorry both of you, I would say this whole thing is bull and not let him go through with it, but I can't change the law. Hinata looked at Tsunade, there was only a few tears in her eyes. It's okay Tsunade-sama, I know that you did all that you could. She managed to smile. Naruto and Hinata stood up and slowly left the building, and they headed back to Naruto's house. A day had passed since the meeting with Tsunade. Both Naruto and Hinata tried their best to look normal and happy, but inside they were both miserable. They tried to make small talk, but it always ended in an awkward silence. They both had their minds busy with ways to stop the wedding, but it always ended badly. After much frustration Naruto couldn't take it anymore. Hinata, we have to do something, just sitting in silence isn't going to help with anything. Hinata looked up at him with sad eyes. There's nothing we can do, anything that I come up with either ends up not solving anything or it gets you or me in trouble. Well, if we think together we might catch something that the other didn't think of. I just can't take this anymore. His eyes were also sad. Hinata managed to smile. I suppose you're right, sitting in silence won't solve anything. So they sat down next to each other and looked over all the possible ways to stop the wedding. Man, we don't even know who the hell you're supposed to marry, how are we supposed to come up with a way to stop this thing? Naruto said. You're right, throughout all of this I never even thought to find out who I'm supposed to marry. Maybe he won't be a bad guy and he will also want to stop this wedding. Maybe, I suppose we could try, but how can we find out who it is? There's no way in hell we can ask your father. Yeah, you're right, the only other person who would know is Tsunade-sama. Shall we go ask her? Hinata said with a smile on her face. There was still hope that this wedding wasn't going to happen. Come in. Tsunade called from inside her office. Naruto and Hinata entered the room. Oh, you two. What can I do for you? She said folding her hands in front of her mouth. We were wondering Tsunade-sama, if you could possibly give us any information about the person I'm supposed to marry. I suppose I could give you some information, I mean if you're being forced to marry someone you should at least know them. She chuckled sadly. Hinata and Naruto both got a look of hope in their eyes. What are you two planning? Well, we hoped that he would be kind enough to help us call off the wedding. Hinata said. I see, well I wish you luck then, let me see I believe this is it. Tsunade said as she rummaged through the papers on her desk. Yes, here it is. He comes from a small clan that is very secretive, so I'm afraid we don't have much information about them, sorry. But his name is Ketsu of the Shunku clan, that's the first name that came to my head, sorry I know it's weird. That's about all I know about it, the clan is new to the village and we are still gathering information now. I'm sorry but the only other thing that I can tell you is where to find them. That's fine Tsunade-sama, this is plenty of information. Hinata said bowing. They live on the far side of the village, towards the training grounds, do you know where I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm sure we'll be able to find it, thanks Granny Tsunade. Naruto said as he headed for the door. Hinata bowed again and they both left. Geez, that brat. Tsunade smiled and gave a weak laugh. Naruto and Hinata traveled as fast as they could towards the far side of the village. Soon they reached the area Tsunade had told them about. They slowed down and began to search for a house. You think a clan house would be easy to find? Naruto said. Hinata laughed. Not all clans have as big of a house as the Hyugas. Some are composed of many smaller houses. Well, I'm not seeing any houses around here, maybe we got mixed up somewhere. No, we didn't look there. Hinata pointed through the trees, there lay a small house. They walked towards and as they came closer they soon realized that the house was much larger the closer they got. They had only seen part of the house before. Wow, I think this is bigger than the Hyuga house. Naruto said. I think you're right, Hinata replied. They both froze, there was something approaching. Who's there? A voice called. We are looking for Aketsu or the Shunku clan. Naruto called back. Then you have to look no further, said a man approaching from the woods. He was a attractive man, he had long black hair tied in a ponytail. He was wearing a pale red kimono with a katana on the back. Who are you? I'm Uzumaki Naruto and she is Hyuga Hinata. Hinata bowed and Ketsu was wide-eyed. So you are Hinata-san, it is a pleasure to meet you again. It has been a long time, I can't recognize you anymore. Hinata looked very confused. She started to say. You have gotten very beautiful over the years, Hinata-san. Hinata blushed a tiny bit. He took her hand and bowed, then he gave it a small kiss. Hinata withdrew her hand immediately and blushed. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Naruto broke in. He pulled Hinata over to his side. Oh, I'm sorry, what was your name again? It's Naruto, he said. He was a little ticked now. Ah, so you're the demon child. I have always wondered what you would be like. Ketsu looked Naruto up and down, then smiled when he saw Naruto was getting ticked. Naruto was getting really angry now. Hinata gave him a worried glance and put her hand on his arm. Calm down, Naruto, it's okay, I'm sure he didn't mean it to be offensive. Hinata said. Naruto looked down at her and began to calm down a bit. Hinata smiled kindly at him and then turned back to Ketsu. Well now, this is interesting, he said, looking from Naruto to Hinata. Would you like to come inside to talk? Thank you, Hinata said. The Shunku house was very elegant. Naruto and Hinata looked around the room as they sat and waited for tea. Well now, Ketsu said, sitting across from Hinata and Naruto. I still cannot believe what a fine woman you've become, Hinata-san. Naruto clenched his fists. Thank you, Hinata said. She blushed a bit. You talk as though you have met me before though. I do not recall ever meeting you before though. Well, you were very small when we first met, it's no wonder you don't remember. I see, Hinata said. Can we get to the point? Naruto said. He didn't know what it was, but this guy was bad news, and he was pissing him off. Who was he to talk to Hinata like that? Now Naruto-kun, we've only just begun to get acquainted again. Ketsu said, giving Naruto a smile that was fake and hid something behind it. Naruto-kun is right, Hinata said. We came here for a reason. Ah, it must be about the wedding then. Ketsu said, leaning back. Might I take a guess at what you want to ask? Hinata looked a little worried but nodded. Well, my best guess, judging from how he is reacting, that you two like each other and you want me to call off the wedding, am I right? Yes, you are, Hinata said. So will you do it? Naruto asked. Well now, that's a good question. He smirked. I don't think I can, because I don't have a problem with this marriage at all and it means a lot to my clan. But don't you think it's horrible that we have to marry each other when we don't even know each other, let alone love each other? Hinata said. Well, I suppose that would be a problem for you, but I do know a lot about you and I do like you, Hinata. Hinata was shocked. How can you know about me when this is the second time we've met, and the first time I was very young? I have my ways. If you don't believe me, ask me a question. Any question. Your favorite color is purple, your favorite tea is green tea, you never fit in with your clan, and you are often called useless and worthless many times. Hinata's eyes were wide from shock. What the hell are you, some kind of stalker? Naruto said, standing up. It's okay, Naruto-kun. Hinata said, taking his hand in hers. Hinata, Naruto said, looking down at her. Ketsu-san, are you sure you will not call off this wedding? Yes, he said, with a small smile on his face. Well then we have no more business here, sorry for troubling you. Hinata stood up. Come on, Naruto-kun, we can still stop this wedding. And with that they both left. You can think that, Hinata-san, but this wedding will happen whether you like it or not. Ketsu smirked. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.